Hello, good morning. So today I'm going to go over 3 exercises I use to improve my squat depth. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, first one I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the ankle region. So I'm going to bring my foot up so that my toe comes in line with my back foot, like so. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that knee over that toe while trying to keep my heel on the floor. So realistically, you want to hold that for 30 to maybe 60 seconds and then change leg. So change leg, bringing that knee over that toe, really trying to improve that ankle range of motion. So obviously repeat that, add it into your routine. Obviously the reason why you really want to be focusing on ankle mobility, especially if you're high bar squatting, is because it allows us to get a lot deeper without falling over and transferring weight onto our heels and then eventually falling over. So the best way I could explain or kind of encourage you to or want to improve your ankle mobility is like this. So high bar squat, you look something like this. Your chest stays up nice and high, and then you're going to come down, down, and notice how my knees start to come over my toes, which is absolutely normal because I need to keep my chest up and nice and high. Because obviously that bar's sat really high up on those traps. However, if there was a wall in front of my toes, if I kind of demo it with the side of the camera, so I bring my toes here, and then shuffle around. So if I was to squat like this, and I use the camera as like a wall, I'm squatting down. So something like this, I can't bring my knees out in front of that. And then what happens is now my weight's on my heels, I come down and then I fall over. Obviously that was over exaggerated. So you need the ability to get those knees over those toes if you want to be able to squat really, really deep and also get into Olympic weightlifting. So that's like the clean and jerk and the snatch. So the next one I'm going to show you is an exercise I use to strengthen my hip flexors. The reason why you kind of want to strengthen your hip flexors is obviously good to kind of stretch them out every now and then, but it's really important to have strong hip flexors. A lot of people find sitting in this bottom position extremely uncomfortable through the hip flexors because they get quite tight and they get like little niggles that aren't very nice. So strengthening your hip flexors will just allow you to sit a little bit more comfortably in this bottom position, so with a flexed hip. So what you're going to do, you're going to lie down. I did this one yesterday on the live, so if you want to go back and watch it, you can do. So you're going to bring that knee up and out into your squat position. I squat quite narrow, and then from here, you're going to drive that knee as high as you can. You'll get a really good contraction through that hip flexor, and you're going to use your hand as like a guide and really try and drive that knee up as high as you can for 5 seconds. So 5, 4, keep pushing in, 3, 2, and 1. And then you'll get a really good contraction through that hip flexor. You might feel quite sore tomorrow, because obviously realistically you should maybe do like 5 sets of that. But yeah, that should really improve that bottom squat position and how it feel a little bit more comfortable in that. So, next one, you're going to need an object. I'm going to use this air bike. So if I put that down here. So you need something to hold on to, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back down into that squat position. So some of you might not be able to sit comfortably in this bottom position without falling over. So what I'm going to say is come forward so that your hands are around that object. And from here, notice how I've got a flexed spine, so I'm not an extension just yet. I'm going to bring my chest up. Imagine there's a string on your chest, and notice how my back's nice and straight now. If I was to let go, I would fall backwards. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull yourself in, maintaining an extension through the spine, driving those knees over those toes. You'll get a really good stretch through the ankle, I guess. Holding that, and coming back down, back into flexion. Do this maybe 10 times, chest up into extension, pulling yourself into that object. And then hopefully you'll get to a point where you can bring your hands out and you can hold that position in extension. Really, really important to kind of dial this one in and get used to it. And again, it's all about comfort in the bottom position and actually being able to have the ability to come down into that position without the help of this. So, any questions, leave a comment. I'll try and do my best to have a look. I'll see if I can find some comparison pictures and videos of how my kind of squat kind of improved over time by implementing these exercises. And it just takes time, guys. Just take your time, try and implement these exercises after your training as much as you can, and yeah, hopefully you'll be able to squat super, super deep.